Good morning, dear students. Now we will start our next very important chapter according to the base of 12th also, that is redox reaction. And one question in JEE and one question in NEET asked from redox reaction, that is for sure. So we will start redox reaction. Dear students, I have given you an important lecture in yesterday's lecture, yesterday, about valency chart, because valency chart is very important for this chapter. Okay, in today's lecture, first of all, we will explain basic definitions of redox reaction. The first definition is here, that is oxidation process. Come on, dear students, a question arises in our mind, that is, what is oxidation? Just see, adding of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, losing of electron, increase in oxidation number. These are the different definition of oxidation process. I think these two definitions is mostly aware for you all, that adding of O2 and removal of hydrogen, this process is known as oxidation process. Losing of electron and increase in oxidation number. But a question arises in our mind, that what is oxidation number? Just see, I will give you an important example for this definition. Sodium plus electron. Just see, the charge above the sodium is 0, so the oxidation number of sodium is 0, and the charge above the sodium plus is plus 1 plus, so the oxidation number of Na plus is plus 1. Just see, the oxidation number will increase 0 to plus 1, so 1 number will increase in oxidation number, that is oxidation process. And in simple word, oxidation number is similar to the charge of any atom. Again, I will give you second example of this. Cu2 plus 2 electron, 0 plus 2. Why 0? Copper is a neutral atom. Charge above the copper is 0, that's why its oxidation number is 0. While in Cu2 plus it is 2 plus, oxidation number is plus 2. So 2 increase, that is oxidation process. The second one, opposite, reduction process. Opposite definition you have to write by yourself. This is adding of oxygen. Now adding नहीं, adding के बदले यहाँ पर हम लेंगे removal of oxygen, adding of hydrogen, gaining of electron and decrease in oxidation number, that is reduction process. Decrease in oxidation number, decrease in oxidation number, that is reduction process. How can we describe this? Just see, example is here, Zn2 plus 2 electron, it gives us Zn2 plus 2 electron, Zn plus 2, oxidation number and 0. Just see, plus 2 to 0, 2 decrease, that's why it is reduction process. I think you can understand my point. So this is decrease in oxidation number. Okay, the second example is here. Just see, oxidation number of Cu2 plus is +2, and for copper it is 0. So decrease 2 number decrease, that's why this process is known as reduction process. So is it clear to all? So decrease in oxidation number, this process is known as reduction process. Okay, third one, redox reaction. What is redox? Just see. We will take RED from reduction and OX from oxidation. That means reduction and oxidation, both this process takes place in any reaction. It is known as redox reaction. Okay, I will give you just this example. Okay, Zn plus Cu2 plus Cu plus Zn2 plus, we will count oxidation number. Zn is a neutral atom, so 0 plus 2, 0 plus 2. So from Zn to Zn2 plus, 0 to plus 2, 2 increase. That's why this process is known as oxidation process. While in this reaction, +2 to 0, 2 decrease. That's why this process is known as reduction process. So reduction and oxidation, both this process takes place in any reaction, that is known as redox reaction. Okay, so these are the general definitions, because before starting chapter, first of all, it is most necessary to explain the definitions of this chapter. Okay, so oxidation, reduction and redox. Now in the next important definition, fourth definition is here, reducing agent. What is reducing agent? It is very important concept. The definition of reducing agent, just see, in any chemical reaction, just see, example is here, Zn plus Cu2 plus Cu Zn2 plus. Here one substance lose its electron. Just see, zinc losing its electron and convert into Zn2 plus, while Cu2 plus gain this electron and convert into copper. So zinc is a loser and Cu2 plus is a gainer. Loser compound is known as reducing agent. So oxidation process, a substance on which oxidation process takes place, this substance is known as reducing agent. In short, loser of electron. Loser of electron is reducing agent, while on the opposite side, oxidizing agent. Here zinc is reducing agent and this is oxidizing agent. Cu2 plus is oxidizing while zinc is a reducing agent. So a substance on which reduction process takes place. Reduction is a name of process, oxidation is a name of process, but reducing is a name of substance. Reducing agent, loser of electron and gainer of electron, is known as oxidizing agent. So reducing agent and oxidizing agent, these are the again two new important definitions which is very important for the study of this chapter. Okay, now the next important definition is here. electrochemical cell and electrolytic cell. What is electrochemical cell? Just see. When chemical energy convert into electrical energy, this type of cell is known as electrochemical cell. Just for example, dry cell or pencil cell. Dear student, just see, we know that pencil cell is using in wall clock, pencil cell is using in battery, pencil cell is using in radio, tape recorder also. But just important point in dry cell or pencil cell is that we will add chemical in dry cell and it will convert into electricity. So when current will gain, this type of cell is known as electrochemical cell. While electrical energy convert into chemical energy, this type of cell is known as electrolytic cell. For example, electrolysis of molten NaCl gives sodium and chlorine. We will explain this important point. It is very important concept of 12th also, electrolysis. In short, in electrolysis process, we will give electricity to the compounds, to the solutions. This process is known as electrolysis process. Molten NaCl. What is molten NaCl? There are three types of solution which will we prepare for the electrolysis process: concentrated solution, dilute solution, and molten solution. In molten solution, we will take as much as amount of water and NaCl, means equal amount of water and NaCl. It is molten NaCl, equal amount of water and sodium chloride. While in concentrated solution, higher amount of NaCl but lower amount of water. It is concentrated solution of NaCl. While in another way, higher amount of water and lower amount of NaCl, it is dilute NaCl. Again, I repeat my words. In molten NaCl, amount of water and NaCl will equal. Concentrated NaCl high, water low. Dilute NaCl low, water high. These are three types of solution which is very useful in electrolysis process. But just see, when we pass the current through molten NaCl, it will give us sodium and chlorine. I think in 10th standard you have studied important topic of electrolysis of, I think so, copper sulfate, electroplating process. I think you all know or you all are aware about this important point, that if we will take a beaker and we will add a spoon of copper spoon in it, and the other one is a simple rod, and when we will pass the current on it, the plating of copper will be on the spoon. This type of process is known as electrolysis process, and this cell is known as electrolytic cell. So when electricity convert into chemical energy, this type of cell is known as electrolytic cell. Okay, then definition of anode and the definition of cathode. I think if I ask a question to you all that what is anode, I think I have so much confidence about that important point that so many students give me an answer that positive is anode and negative is cathode. But you all are wrong about this point. Just see, if electrochemical cell will present at that time, anode is negative, while electrolytic cell at that time anode is positive. For electrochemical cell anode is negative. In electrolytic cell anode is positive. So it is a wrong concept that anode having positive charge. You are right, but 50% right, that if it is electrolytic cell then anode is positive. And same as on this way, for electrochemical cell cathode having positive magnitude, while electrolytic cell cathode having negative magnitude, positive and negative, both the opposite direction. But so what is the definition of anode? Very simple, just see. AO, oxidation process takes place. It is anode AO, while reduction process takes place. It is cathode. Cathode means carry. I think બધાને carry યાદ રહી જશે. Carry, cathode reduction. I think, is it clear to you all? Cathode, carry. Okay. So electrolytic cell cathode being negative, electrochemical cell cathode will positive, and short reaction process takes place. It is cathode. But cathode and anode both are electrode. Both are electrode. So now we will explain what is electrode and explain its types. What is electrode? Just see, definition is here. A rod which is add in a solution of electrolyte, it is known as electrode. What is electrolyte? Electrolyte is a such type of compound having positive and negative charge. So if any compound having positive and negative charge, it is known as electrode. So rod which is add in a solution of electrolyte, it is known as electrode. In a solution of electrolyte, it is electrode. So a rod strip is known as electrode, and there are three types of electrode: active electrode, second one is inert electrode, and the third one is gas electrode. Okay. Now what is the definition of active electrode? Rod itself gives oxidation and reduction process. This is very important point. Rod itself gives oxidation and reduction process. This process is known as, this rod is known as active rod. Just see, we have an example: zinc, copper, Ag. If we will add zinc, copper or Ag rod, silver rod in any electrolyte solution, at that time selfly zinc, copper and Ag will oxidize, or this type of rod will reduce. So this process is known as active process, active electrode. This process is oxidation reduction redox process, but this rod is known as active electrode. While in inert electrode, reaction will takes place on the surface of rod. This type of rod is known as inert electrode, and the examples platinum and graphites is the example of inert electrode. So reaction will takes place on the surface of the rod. This type of electrode is known as inert electrode. Platinum and graphite both are the inert electrodes. Okay, this is the second important definition of electrode, and the third one is gas electrode. Dear students, I will inform you one important point, that any strip cannot made up of gas, but we will pass a gas on the rod. So when gas will oxidize or reduce, this rod is known as gas electrode, and the examples are hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine. So these are the examples of gas electrode. So mainly there are three types of electrode: active, inert and gas. When rod itself gives oxidation and reduction process, in this type of process, this type of rod is known as active rods. When reaction will takes place on the surface area of rod, it is inert electrode. And next important point, then gas will oxidize and reduce, this rod is known as gas electrode. Okay, these are the important definitions of this chapter. Now the next important point is here: how can we determine potential of cell? What is potential? Dear students, you all are aware about the voltage, but when we are discussing about the higher level, then we will use voltage, but at lower stage we will use potential. If I will describe an important point with you all, that the power which is coming from the electric pole, it will measured in voltage, but when the power coming from pencil cell, it is known as potential, not voltage. So small scale it is potential, and higher scale it is voltage, and we can easily determine the exact potential with the help of potentiometer. And the voltmeter is also an important instrument about the measurement of potential, but random potential will measured by the voltmeter. I think you all have seen voltmeter, potentiometer or galvanometer in physics, but we are again repeat this important point. This is voltmeter. Just see, this is positive and it is negative, and we will connect with the help of copper wire with the rod, with the help of this copper wire, and when electricity will obtain from the rods, then voltmeter will gives us any voltage in this instrument. This is voltmeter. We will use milliampere meter for this also. This is MA, milliampere. This is galvanometer, which gives us power in ampere. So this is galvanometer, 30. But just see the value negative also, 0. This is minus direction, this is plus direction. Basic difference between galvanometer and voltmeter is here. Voltmeter always measure the positive values, and galvanometer having negative and positive both the end. Dear students, किस साइड से हमें करंट मिल रहा है? अगर हमारा एक्टिव इलेक्ट्रोड पॉजिटिव साइड राइट साइड है कि लेफ्ट साइड, उस पर मेजरमेंट करता है, बट गैल्वेनोमीटर के बेस से हम किस तरीके से पावर मेजरमेंट कर सकते हैं वो हम डैनियल सेल क्वेश्चंस पढ़ेंगे तब हमें मालूम पड़ेगा. Okay, but this is the basic difference between voltmeter and galvanometer. Okay, so random potential will measured by voltmeter, while exact value of potential will measured by potentiometer. But question arise in our mind that what is cell potential? symbol of cell potential is E cell. E means EMF, electromotive force. Force word is used in symbol, and that means the definition is purely depends upon this force, that a pressure which is created by the redox process. This pressure is known as cell potential, E cell. That means E cell is just one type of pressure, because when pressure will create, at that time one substance will lose its electron and the other one will gain these electrons. So this is known as cell potential, E cell, a process, a pressure which is created by the redox process. This pressure is known as cell potential, and we can easily determine the cell potential with the help of potentiometer. Okay, dear students, now in today's lecture, we have discussed very important definitions, and in the next lecture we will do an important experiment of redox process. So we will see the important experiment, then we will consider an important point about this important points about this chapter. Okay, so आज के लिए डियर स्टूडेंट्स इतना ही. पीडीएफ इसकी मैं भेज दूंगा. अच्छी तरीके से रेगुलर प्रिपरेशन इसकी करनी है और अच्छी तरीके से मार्क्स भी गेन करने हैं. ओके, सो थैंक यू ऑल डियर स्टूडेंट्स फॉर टुडेज लेक्चर.